Welcome back to the Titanium Hangar. This is Mike, and today I want to talk to you about the Auldey Series 1 set of 6, technically 8 figures, and with that really good set, really good value. I'm going to go into articulation and all that, but I'm also going to compare it to the Yellow Park that made the same scale. Yellow Park did it first, but which one's better? Probably this one. But I will showcase all of that, and then I'll also show you why if you bought the Yellow Park stuff and then you bought these, that the Yellow Park stuff still has some redeeming qualities to it. I'll talk about that too. But I did get this to Shows Storm. I have a link down below where you can get yours. Remember, TH on the main page in the support your favorite reviewer helps the channel out and helps me go for some one-off stuff like this. I am looking forward to Series 2, but this is Series 1. Let's get into looking at it coming up. Okay, so here's how it's packaged. Comes in this box. You open it up, and there's 6 blind boxes, which I don't like blind boxes. I would never do blind box unless you get all of them and you know you're going to get one of each, right? And then here are the figures you're going to get. Possibly get in the blind box. Here's what it's looking like on the inside. I kind of opened one. Some of the parts falling out there, but she's encased in there like so. So it's interesting. I'm just going to get them all out of this and set them all up. They do come with extra parts, more parts than I thought. So pretty interesting for what amounts to about $10 a figure. All right, so here they are, the package, and I think they look great. It's a nice looking small scale of figures, sub the Hasbro mainline, so they're smaller than the Hasbro mainline. They are smaller than Red. We'll do some size comparisons here in a bit, but they're very nice for $10 each. So you gotta say the caveat, $10 each. If you were to say that these were $40 each, which I think they're trying to charge for premium paint job $36 for like a Prime and some of these other ones, then you would be paying $36 for the premium paint job individuals. I don't know if it'd be worth that, but then again, it's all up to you. I mean, they're pretty well made. They look pretty good. And right out the bat, they're giving us some big hitters. And it's interesting that they hit Cliffjumper before Bumblebee, which is interesting. We got RC, that's like a 1986 character already out in their Wave 1, spreading it around a little bit. But it's a nice, eclectic group of characters for Wave 1. I'm pretty pleased with who they chose and how it all worked together. And yeah, it works great. And I do think this is the best if you buy the whole set. You just get one standoff. Maybe you just want a Prime, or maybe you just want an RC. RC might be the best figure out of all this, but this is actually a nice set. I guess we'll go one at a time and get into each one of these as we go. But so far, it's a pretty nice set and definitely a high value for like $66 to get all of these. Let's start out with Prime. I think that he is a good-looking figure. Does have a cartoon look to him. I do like that. Movable antennae there, swappable hands. But here he is from the back. It looks really good. And all you backpack haters, he doesn't have the backpack, so that's good. The color scheme looks great. Looks good overall. I would have liked silver here. I like the white, and then I like a silver paint on that. But I mean, you're asking for quite a bit here. But I guess we'll start with some articulation on this guy, and then like the hands and stuff are the same for all of them, I believe. They just reused, I think they reused the exact mold, just colored them different. But head goes up and down, side to side, so you can get some down to it. Works pretty good. This scale you'd probably be looking up a lot. Then 90 right here, 360, bicep, swivel, all that stuff. And look at the butterfly. Engineered in butterfly. That's really nice for a basically $10 or $12 figure. Fantastic. Not a double jointed elbow, but it goes past the 90, which is fine. And then we've got hands, swappable hands. There's no movement in any of the swappable hands. Waist swivel and ab crunch, and you have a joint right here on the top of the abdomen. So works really well. Feels nice and solid. Probably all ball jointed in there, maybe. No, this is swivel. The top one's a ball joint. That works. All right. No hip flaps, but you don't need it. The engineering brings it down and to the side. And I'm sure if I took the time, he'd stand I'm sure I can make that work. Whoa, didn't even have to take much time to make it stand. On these lighter figures, it works really well. You go 90 to the back, 90 to the front because of the engineering. So it's really, really smart. Boom. Drop down, boom. Thigh swivel, 360. You can go and get that nice jump when he's transforming and he jumps. That works really well. Feet, I guess you pull them down, you can get anything because it is a ball joint. But then you got to push them up and snap that back in there. But you can get anything you want out of it, ball joint. If you're okay with breaking the sculpt, you can get absolutely anything with that. But and real easy to pose, real easy to get crazy poses. Just fantastic. So I mean that's really good, really, really good. All right, let's show the hands. We have a like a weapon holding hand for the left and right. We got 2 fists that are solid fists. We've got 2 pointing fingers. You can have them point left or right. And then 2 open splayed hands left and right. Now I decided to do, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw all these in the baggies. I'm throwing away all the packaging for this because, you know, blind box are not specific artwork for each one of these, so it doesn't matter. I'm going with the holding his gun hand and then a splayed hand. Splayed hand can do a few things. You can have him put his hand upon his hip and then he dips, you dip, we dip. You can have him use the splayed hand for holding his gun, so it's like an extra pose look. And then the other thing, I mean, splayed hand is actually really great for if he's kind of like evading what's going on, those kinds of poses. Not that I do all that, but I still like splayed hand. The rest of these, for the most part, will come with this. I think Soundwave, Starscream, Jazz. So I'll make those little reviews, those mini reviews, go quicker. Next up is Soundwave. Soundwave does not come with the laser beak. That comes in another box. But since it clips to his arm, I'm going to have it on there. It's pretty nice. I like the Soundwave. He does have... the other thing that's nice about these versus... usually I'm reviewing third-party stuff. It comes with tampographs of the symbols on there. So that is really nice, too. That's pretty nice. Not having to mess with stickers. I haven't put a sticker on a figure in a long time. Then you've got this, it clips on, and it is adjustable, hollow on the bottom. I mean, if you can save $1, these are $10 figures, $12 figures, and they're pretty well closed off. There's very few things like that I even notice. I do like chest. This does not open. Oh, okay, this does open. It does open. Okay, we'll change that fact. And clean everywhere. A lot of these tabs, I think something could tab into it, maybe in the future. And how he pegs in, oh, his legs came off. There's little tabs where he pegs in, so you just follow the grooves. That's interesting. His legs, you're gonna have to pull that off to get him off. I'm just gonna leave him on there for display anyway, so I don't care. He does have adjustable wings and head. I guess we'll get back to that. I'm gonna put on him a fist and a pointer. He's got to give his minions direction. As a single dad, he's going to be pointing out a lot of things that they need to go do. So, pretty cool. Again, with the butterflies. And engineering is pretty good. And the colors look great. The articulation is pretty much similar to what we saw with the rest of this. And I'm starting to wonder now, looking at this, that it looks like there could be a double joint in the knee. But it's pretty good range of motion. But everything else, so articulation-wise, is about the same. The Soundwave looks fantastic for the price point. We got Starscream, and he is holding Megatron. So you get Megatron in this also. Ha 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 ha. But I'm wondering, was there supposed to be another part of the gun for the lower part? I don't know. This is all that came with it, just like that as Megatron's gun. So I was looking in the package, maybe I was missing something, or maybe that's all that it comes with, I don't know. Still really good that they included it. Where's the rest of it? But it's okay with me. Now, when you open this guy up, there's like a baggie that has these wings in it. You have to tab those in. There's a little bit of articulation to them. You can do a little with them, but there's not really anything I want to do with them. Probably when you're posing to just help get a little bit more pose. Again, with the butterflies, which is great. You do have to put the ion blasters, the ion cannons on him out of when you take it out of the box, but still pretty cool, pretty good looking figure overall. Do like the color scheme. We do have some black paint in here, some yellow throughout. His color is great. It's like the perfect Starscream color. It's not bright white, but it is kind of like a grayish that works. And then the blues work. Looks nice. And when I say paint, most of it is dyed plastic. Very little is paint, but there is paint. And where there is paint, it's applied well. So there he is. Same articulation as Prime. Same exact hands as Prime. And he's got display so that he can do the whole shooting with Megatron. So there's Starscream. Looks good. Here's Jazz. You remember the bumper when they went to commercial, and we'll be right back, and then they come back and they show him transform, and then he does this pose. It's more dynamic in the show, but you can still get some good poses with him. Jazz looks great. I think he is a good-looking rendition of Jazz, and it's nice that they included the stuff they included. He does have additional accessories we'll look at. He got the speakers. One of the problems with Jazz is the wheel wells. So a ridiculous transformation to make the wheel wells smaller and look more like the cartoon. When you don't have to transform, you could just do it. Do it! It's an emperor over here. But yeah, he looks good. I like the paint. I like the way he looks. I like his aesthetic. And his legs still feel a little bit bulky. It's the character, and they match the character. I would have made the legs just a little thinner, the lower legs, but that's just me. But let's go ahead and grab his little tray before these get thrown in the trash, because there's no need to keep these around with no additional artwork. These get plugged into the back here, so you'd have to take his shoulder cannon off, and then I should check. Oh, so they are kind of set up to go to different sides. Beyond that, there we go. I'm not even sure which shoulder this is supposed to be on, but that doesn't really matter. You can put these in here however you want. And again, we have the butterfly. Good looking figure. Great options for display. RC is an excellent figure. They did a great job with her. The only problem, she's her size. I wish they would make a masterpiece scale version of pretty much exactly this, and then give her, a really nice paint job. I'll do the $36 for that. That's for sure. But if you can get RC looking exactly like the cartoon, I mean, that is outstanding. It looks really good. No hindrance for having to transform. I've been talking about this for a while, but this character is the one that benefits the most from this. Like, definitely the best looking RC that has ever been made. Now, it's just a little too small for my masterpiece, and too big for Legends, and still a bit too small for Hasbro, but you could probably pull it off if you want the best looking one ever made in your Hasbro display. But her head sculpt looks fantastic, and she is smaller than the rest of them, so you have to get a little closer. Get a little closer. Air it extra dry there. And then, like her dual wielding, I would like some of these other hands, but I prefer her dual wielding. That's just, I'm always used to her handling two of these things, so that's just how it goes. And this is what the backpack should look like. They come pre-installed. I guess they pop off too, so be careful with that. And yeah, looking really good overall. I mean, all the articulation's the same, except the butterfly doesn't come out the way the other ones do. It's because of her size. Ooh, look, I just popped it off by mistake. Because of the way she's designed, she does have her butterfly from these joints moving a little bit. But, she gets everything that you're going to need. She's got it all. So it works. And for her being such a small, slim figure, she can hold positions and poses, and she can get it done. So, really a fantastic job they've done with her. I would say that out of the set, she's the best. Not that any of them are bad in any way, shape, or form. Just this is what we need, sorely needed. And there you go with RC. I do want to point this out too. She also comes with a couple of other accessories She comes with this rifle, which I wish there was a way to store it on her back or something. That would have been nice. Maybe there is. Maybe there... Does she have a hole somewhere in the back? Because if she did... No, I don't see it. She's just too clean. I guess I would prefer the cleanness than having a hole to hold her rifle. But yes, it's a rifle. And then her hands are so dainty. And get it out. I feel like I'm going to lose it. But yeah, there she has the pointing hand. She has all the same hands, except they look different. They're not the same mold because she's smaller and slimmer. And that's how you're going to have to do these female figures hands swappable. Because, anyway, RC. So next up we got Cliff Jumper. The small mini pack. The Cliff Jumper, the kickback, and we also have the bird. So the bird's in there too. I'm just going to leave him on the arm there. But this one came with Energon. Let me get the Energon out of the bag. Also comes with an Energon piece. And I forgot to say, I think it was RC that came with the rest of these. So we got these. They're not as clear as I would like. They refract the light a little bit. It's interesting, but then they look kind of like they're not transparent for a bit, and then they look transparent. You can see the light going through it a little bit. But anyway, let's get down to the brass tacks. We already saw Laserbeak, so we want to take a look at these guys. And pretty much same articulation. You do have a butterfly engineered in there, which is great. Head on, I think Cliff Jumper's head should have gone up a little bit more, but all the other articulation feels the same, except maybe, yeah, he has that same upper torso, but the way he's designed, it does not work as well. But he's still a good-looking figure. Probably a great-looking Legends figure. And then, you know, he's got this giant, I got Megatron right in my viewfinder. Yeah, Casey Kasem's voice there. That's awesome. And looks good. Got the blue on, the cartoon blue going on, which is what my preference is for all of these. And so it works for me. And nice tampograph, nice paint on the face. Good stuff. I'm a bit zoomed in on these so that we can see them. So it's like, wow. Super zoomed in. Here's the kickback, and he looks fantastic also. He's trying to get up on that Energon, or he wants all this. No, he doesn't like prepackaged Energon. He thinks there's too many bad chemicals in there. He comes with a little gun here, which is great, which I haven't completely got it all the way into his hand yet. It is tight, really tight. Did come with his backpack he had to put on, and he had to put his backpack on too. So, not sure why they did that. I'm sure it saves a buck or something to pack it like that. Are these adjustable? Nope, these don't move. They're static and they move with the figure, which is fine with me. I don't need them to. And here's his little earpieces there, antennae. Looks good. I mean, I would actually say that these could work great on your Legends shelf. If that's a thing you're wanting to do, you could get these to work on your Legends shelf. They work fine and look really good. And then remember, this one also comes with a Laserbeak with articulation and integration onto your Soundwave. All right, now for some comparisons. I'm really going to use Prime as the measuring stick here, and I'm going to show that he is shorter than the red figure, about the same size, maybe slightly taller than what was given to us from Yellow Park. Now, the Yellow Park designs, I never loved them, but I was like, well, for $10 they're okay, for $10. And they did have like silver pipes and silver on paint on the tanks there. So there were a couple things they did that I like better. But overall, the design, just the Auldey stuff kills it. It absolutely kills Yellow Park. And they sat there looking at what Yellow Park did and said we could do better. That's what happened here. It's very, very obvious. That's what they did. They copied what Yellow Park did and said, let's just one up this. They definitely one-upped it. The design is way better. And the design is better than the red figures. I mean, the red figures, I would rate them like a 65%. Out of 100, 65. But they're not the worst things in the world. They definitely are not the best. For the opportunity is a missed opportunity. They could have done better. But looking at that. And then I want to do something else. So we're going to pull him out of here. And we're going to bring in a Legends scale. Which this This scale is not too far off of Legends. It's way too small for mainline, but not too far off of Legends. I gotta say, this works for Legends, for me. Like, it would be a great Legends cliff jumper, and I've got to run down and grab something from another one, so I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm not gonna bother with that, but the scale is great. It's fine. I can live with that. Then we also have, when we bring in the RC, so we can move these guys off to the side here. And the other thing I want to say about, like I'm saying, Legends, too tall. RC's too tall for Legends, but there's a Legends scale RC. So we get an idea for scale. I mean, I'm trying to think of what works and people would understand sizing and scaling for all this. Here's a few more YOLO Park offerings, and so here we go with this. So here is the Soundwaves. I think this is, how do you say it? Auldey superior. I hate to say YOLO Park inferior, but they really were just trying to go cheap, as cheap as they could, and I just want to say that the Auldey one is way better. And these were fun, but I never really did anything with them since I did the video on them. Did you waste your $60 on that set? No, I'll show you some good stuff from that set, though, here in a bit. The Bumblebee is way off. Look how big they made Bumblebee. So there's no reason for him to be that big. I mean, next to, where is their Prime? Like, that makes no sense. I kind of view Bumblebee and Cliffjumper coming at least up to the waist. This is just too big, which I like bigger's better. This is too big, but anyway, that was kind of would you say a fail on YOLO Park's behalf. And then this is YOLO Park's Starscream, which is just bright white, and like that's why you don't make them bright white. The face didn't have paint on the mouth, and so it wasn't really all that great of a Starscream. This one's way better. So maybe we needed YOLO Park to put these figures out and set a bar, however high or low, for $10 a figure for a set of 6, and then let another company like Auldey come out and try to take them on. And that's competition. That in itself is capitalism. One more thing. So if you're like me and you're looking at this new Auldey set Wave 1 and you're thinking, well, I guess I wasted $60 on the YOLO Park one. Well, now I have a Megatron to go with this Prime and all these figures right now that scale. And he just keeps falling over. Let me give him a little bit more anglage there. And, okay, just trying to do everything with one hand is not the most funnest thing in the world. And then bring in, they got a Grimlock. They made a Grimlock. So get all this in here, and I doubt we're going to see Auldey do a Grimlock in Dino mode. So we've got that at least. There's a lot going on here trying to manage expectations. There is, so you can integrate some of the things with that YOLO Park set with the Auldey set. It will work. Again, not that many people want to start new scales, and I wouldn't have if they weren't $10 a figure. Alright, so this is my look at the Auldey Series 1 figures, all 6, well, 8 figures. It's a nice set. Definitely worth the value. If you like Transformers, then you like these. No, they don't transform, but it doesn't matter because they look great, and they look like they walk out of the cartoon. Would I want all 115 figures they made back in G1 like this? No. Do I want the main characters? Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. And they really had a great character selection, good articulation, good paint apps. They look good, very nice. Do I want to collect another scale? Don't want to go too deep with it, but I'm really happy with this for like $66. You can get this at Show's eStore. I have a link down below where you can get yours. Remember, TH is support your reviewer. And with that, I'm still not mad at the YOLO Park set because a couple of them are still pretty cool and I can integrate with them. So at the end of the day, kind of a great experience here. Look forward to Series 2. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like and subscribe. To do everything out.